A faithful port of the NES original, Blades of Steel on Game Boy supports 2-player verse matches by using a link cable. Although there's 8 teams spread across the US and Canada, they all play and look exactly the same. In fact, there's no individual player names, numbers, or team names. There are no options either, with matches lasting 20 in-game minutes, which is equal to about 5 real-time minutes. There are no penalties, no highlights, no replays, no super shots, just straightforward hockey. Even though it's a simple match between 2 plainly named cities, Blades of Steel still plays well and it holds up better than you might think despite lacking options. Gameplay is smooth with only some slight flicker and players control the movement of the goalie at all times. You control the skater with the arrow, but any D-pad movement also controls the goalie at the same time, which can take a little while to fully understand. One button shoots, the other passes, and it's possible to check your opponent and cause fights. Fighting is nothing more than 5 seconds of button mashing, but the loser goes to the penalty box for a short time, giving the other team an advantage. The music is repetitive and it gets grating by the second period. The intermission show is also nonsensical, but it has some ridiculous charm the first time you see it. But the ending is unexciting. However, as one quick stupid observation, when playing original Game Boy games on a Game Boy Advance, tapping the shoulder button stretches the screen to fill the empty space due to the screen resolution difference. And playing Game Boy games this way is gross. It's disgusting. But due to the horizontal gameplay of Blades of Steel, it kinda, sorta doesn't look that bad. I mean, I wouldn't play an entire game with this stretched screen, but it probably is the one game that isn't as gross as others when played in this GBA stretched screen mode. Despite lacking options and detail, Blades of Steel holds up well enough to play a match if you can find a willing friend to link with. Granted, you're better off playing the NES original, but this Game Boy port does an admirable job of recreating Konami's fan-favorite hockey sim on the small screen. But what do you think? Have you played Blades of Steel? Or perhaps Konami's basketball franchise Double Dribble? Or do you think the title Blades of Steel would work better if it was a sword-based action RPG? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to learn more about the neglected multiplayer modes in Game Boy and Game Boy Color games, check out my Enable the Link Cable playlist right here on my channel. I also covered every Single-Pak linkable Game Boy Advance game with its own dedicated video. Links will be in the description. Until next time, thank you for watching and game on!